Scott from Scott Shop Media. Today is Thursday, October 22nd, and this is what is happening on the mountain. Lots of stuff to catch you up on, starting with traffic. We have 7 ongoing Caltrans projects affecting your commute today. If you're out and about, pay attention, slow for the cone zone, stick around, and we will give you details on what's going on and when you can expect that traffic to clear up. And so far, there are 3 projects scheduled for tomorrow. Most of those are the same that are going on today. They don't get finished; they'll finish them up tomorrow. Our gradual cooling trend continues. A couple degrees cooler every day this week. Expect a weather system, a fast-moving weather system, to blow in through the region off the coast. It's supposed to be cold. It's supposed to be blustery. Not sure how much rain, not sure how much snow we are going to get, but we might get something. Originally, it was scheduled to come in Sunday night. Now it looks like it might actually arrive um, Saturday night and leave just as quickly as it arrives. Of course, we'll expect as it leaves some very strong winds on Monday, potentially damaging winds on Monday. So make sure you're stocked up on your firewood. Make sure you're stocked up on gas for your generator in case we lose power. Our elevated fire danger is still forecasted through the rest of the week until that weather system arrives. And of course, um, this system isn't going to produce enough moisture to put an end to our fire season. So we will have a reduced fire danger for this weekend, but with the winds drying everything out next week, we can expect to see that fire risk elevate again. There are 5 crimes that have been reported across the mountain in the past 24 hours. And then take a look at my post. The Twin Peaks Sheriff's arrested one of our local burglars who has hit a number of houses in the area. There are currently 3 Southern California Edison maintenance outages going on. And of course, the Edison crews are still tirelessly working on repairing and restoring power in the Eldorado Fire area. And lastly, there was a huge jump in the number of COVID cases reported since yesterday. 7 new cases just reported for the mountain communities. So stick around and I'll give you a breakdown of where those happened. So, if you got a few more minutes, let's talk traffic. Currently, there are 7 Caltrans projects across the mountain, all the way from the east to the west, starting with Highway 38, 2 separate projects going on today and tomorrow for emergency repairs related to the Eldorado Fire, some crack sealing operation going on as well. Up here in the Fawnskin area on the 38, you're down to 1 lane for construction project. Looks like Caltrans is looks like they're doing some drainage work over there, over off the 18, going down to San Bernardino. Guardrail repair going on. I believe that is today and tomorrow as well. So watch out for that. The backside of the 138 going down to Silverwood. You're down to 1 lane as Caltrans is doing some tree trimming. A lot of this is to get ready for the winter. So now is a good time to get it done, especially during the week. So just pay attention, look out for the signage, slow for the cone zone. There was a Caltrans contractor killed yesterday on the freeway down the hill, hit and run. Their job is extremely dangerous, and anything that we can do to help them is greatly appreciated. Weather is going to continue to cool a couple of degrees every day until Sunday, when we can expect a fast-moving low-pressure system to enter the region. We're expecting a little rain and some snow. Still, probably less than 1/10 of an inch of rain and just between 1 and 2 inches of snow, mainly in the higher elevations. But you can see across the mountain, we're below freezing at night for several days. And so that might even be the biggest story. But we're also expecting some significant wind as this weather system leaves the area. Timing is still a little off. It looks like now the moisture might come in Saturday night and leave Sunday. But as it leaves, we're expecting to see some very strong winds up to maybe 30-mile-an-hour gusts, which could be damaging. Doesn't isn't doing too much for our risk from the Santa Ana standpoint. But we are expecting an offshore flow or Santa Ana wind type event. It's just without it being super hot, it's not as dangerous as we've seen fires this time of year in years past, where you have the combination of high winds, low humidity, and high heat. So we're taking out one of those components, the high heat component, so that should make things a little bit better for us. But we can expect to see that fire danger to stick around until we get a significant amount of moisture on the ground. So with that, we can see a decreasing risk level as we approach the weekend. But then as we get back into next week, we will see the mountains return to this moderate risk of new starts and fire spread. The fire floor remains in extreme fire danger. It literally takes feet of snow and multiple inches of rain to change this. And so we will need to see a lot of moisture before we can see this fire danger uh, um, reduce. And in fact, if you look through November and December, Southern California is still under an elevated or above average fire danger, which is normal for us for this time of year. But the sooner we get that moisture, the sooner we can stop worrying about these wildfires. We have no fires burning on the mountain, actively burning on the mountain, at least no new fires. Of course, off the 38 over here, almost every day people are reporting seeing smoldering logs and stuff like that. And, it's, I guess, better to be safe than sorry. But if that is smoldering is happening inside the burn area, inside the black, they're not going to do anything about it. It will expect until there's a significant amount of moisture, we'll expect to see uh, smoldering logs and root systems and things like that. Maybe even pockets or islands within the black here in the Eldorado Fire as the wind stokes it a little bit, which it is a little bit gustier today and even next week with the stronger Santa Ana type winds, we can expect to see some stoking of that fire, and so additional smoke was likely to be visible, but nothing else going on the mountain as far as fires go. Crimes. There were 5 reported across the mountain in the past 24 hours. An assault over here in Running Springs. Two, couple of burglaries or thefts over in Big Bear Lake area, and then also over here, 2 calls at the same place, but they seem to be unrelated because they're about 12 hours apart. A theft and an assault with a deadly weapon. Southern California Edison is currently reporting 4 outages, or 3 outages, 3 maintenance outages, the largest being over here in the Arrowhead Highlands. 48 customers are without power until about 4 o'clock as Edison crews work to improve their power poles. 2 outages nearby each other over here in Lake Arrowhead. A little over 50 customers are affected as crews are working on their power poles as well. And then in the Eldorado Fire area, crews are still working to repair that significantly damaged infrastructure. Lastly, COVID-19, we had a huge jump in the total number of cases reported since yesterday. That's, I believe, 7, if I'm doing the math correctly. 7 in one day is a large number for us. Some of this is certainly backlogged, and especially when we talk about resort communities, these numbers get attributed to the person's primary residence. And so if this person primarily lives in Big Bear City, but they were out of town, let's say they were in Palm Springs or Newport Beach or someplace where they got sick or got tested, then sometimes it's a little confusing and it takes the county or the state some time instead of attributing it to the place where the test was taken, attribute it to the patient's or person's primary residence. And so, as that certainly might be the case going on here, we saw 4 new cases reported since yesterday in Big Bear City. There was 3 new cases reported in Crestline, and so I think, was that it? I believe that was it. So bringing the total mountain-wide to 356. Haven't had anybody pass away from COVID or COVID-related symptoms in months, which is great news. Here's what it looks like on a community level. If you are on the east half of the mountain and the Bear Valley communities, including the 38 corridor, your overall weekly risk tier. So these colors are a weekly average of what's going on in your community. And then RIM communities, you are at moderate in the moderate risk level on a weekly average as well. On a daily average, based on the daily numbers for our for the mountain community as a whole, we just jumped into the widespread risk with a 14.0 on the state's four-tiered color system. Uh, Similar to the rest of the county, which jumped up to 27.6. California 8.1, the United States 19.0, in a slightly less risk worldwide. So that's all that I have for you today. Thank you for sticking around. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to reach out to me, text me, shoot me off an email, or follow along on our Facebook and other social media for late breaking news. Have a wonderful day.